What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA tournament breakdown of the West region. To check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We move on. 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Number 13 seed Ohio Bobcats, 16-7 on the year, versus number 4 seed Virginia Cavaliers, 18-6. We're in Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana. And have we got lines for this? We do. Virginia opening up as 10-point favorites, and that's long gone. It's down to 7 at some books, 7.5 at the rest. This total opened up at 132. It's either at 132 or 132.5. Ohio won the MAC championship with a very convincing 84-69 win over Buffalo. They were up 41-21 at the half, coasted home. Jason Preston was excellent. 22 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 5 steals. He fills the stat sheet nightly, averaging 16.6 points, 6.8 boards, 7.2 assists. Ben Roderick added 20 points in the win. The Bobcats have 5 players averaging double digits. They score 80.9 points per game, get excellent distribution, getting 17.9 assists per game. They hit 48.9% from the field, 36.1 from the three, and 70.1 from the foul line. Virginia had to leave the ACC tournament after defeating Syracuse 72-69 on a Reese Beekman buzzer beater due to a positive COVID case from one of their players. A majority of the Virginia men's basketball team is currently in quarantine due to contact with the teammate. That player who supposedly reportedly saw game time versus Syracuse, will not be able to play in the NCAA tournament's first or second round. It's a very tricky cap. Virginia can play in the NCAA tournament as long as it has 5 eligible players. So unless a majority of the team tests positive over the coming week, no NCAA rule will force it to withdraw. If they do withdraw, and if the decision is made by Tuesday at 6 p.m., so within 27 hours, Louisville would replace Virginia as the number 4 seed in the West region. Virginia led by their stingy defense. They score 68.6 points per game while only turning the ball over 9.4 times per game. Sam Hauser leads the team with 16 points per game, followed by Jay Huff and Trey Murphy, who also averaged double digits. All three hit over 40% from three. They shoot the ball very well. 48% from the field, 38.1 from three, 81.7 from the stripe. Max, tricky spot here due to COVID issues. Ohio Bobcats, Virginia Cavaliers. Let's go.
Yeah, listen, I think that you missed the best line on Ohio if you're betting them, and obviously not knowing who's going to be playing, how many walk-ons are going to be playing for Virginia, if any, is definitely something you have to be aware of. I think that with Virginia, you got 2 key players. One's a key, one's an X factor. The key player is Sam Hauser. Sam Hauser, this is a guy that brings energy. He stays on the floor. He's a high percentage 2-point scorer. He's definitely capable of hitting the long distance shot. We've seen that so far this year. And listen, he's crafty, he's definitely stingy on the glass. He's good at boxing out. He's not going to be rattled by pressure, by the situation, by anything. He's going to bring his best game. And I think that the X factor for this team is going to have to be Reese Beekman. Listen, I know that the kid hit the game-winning shot, and that's why a lot of eyes are on him. That's why his name is in a lot of people's mouths. But he's not in my mouth because of that. All right, he's in because this is a guy that brings the defense. This is a guy that brings the ball handling. This is a guy that plays more mature and more experienced than his freshman status. And with Beekman, listen, he's not going for 20 points. He's going to be able to bring all those elements on the defensive end, those intangibles that you need to win games and win championships. And with him, he's got to guard without fouling. He's got to take on the toughest defensive backcourt assignment, and he's got to put them down. He's got to take the ball away when he's help defending, and he's got to do a good job of recovering off that help defense because it's not always going to result in a turnover. He's solid at the free throw line, so if a team decides to foul him thinking that he's a weak link, well, they're mistaken. And he's going to be needed on Jason Preston. So with Virginia, they got to clamp down on defense because let's be frank, 5 or 6 of the last 7 games have gone over at similar numbers to we're seeing lined on this total. And with Virginia, they're a 92% free throw shooting team, but they only make 10 a game. So I don't understand why there isn't a lot more pick and roll, a lot of ball screen action towards the rim. So obviously with Virginia, this is a team that definitely has to do a better job on the glass. They have to frustrate their opponent in the half court, and they have to avoid making mistakes and giving away the momentum in game. But Ohio, listen, Jim, this is a first half dog freaking spot for me. I can't take them full game, but I can definitely take them first half, because what have we seen from Ohio and Jason Breston? Well, the dude obviously is a fantastic guy on the stat sheet, but he brings size. He brings fantastic ball skills. He's a matchup nightmare for a lot of backcourts, and Kie Clark and Reese Beekman may be the next victims. This is a team that played Illinois, only lost by 2. I believe they were in the lead in that game, and then Illinois had to make a furious comeback. You have to don't quote me on that, but I will say this. With Jason Preston, he's your X factor. He's your key player. He's your 3-level scorer. He's the king of drive and kick in the MAC conference. And the way that he spaces the offense when he's running it, guarding without fouling on the other end, not putting his opponent on the free throw line. Listen, the only gap in his game is his free throw shooting. And the X factor for this team is his understart, is his understudy, Mark Sears. Listen, Mark did a fantastic job running this offense and keeping this freaking boat afloat when Preston was out. I think that with Mark Sears, the freshman point guard is quality on both sides of the basketball. He's a pick your pocket. He's a pick your pocket type guy. He's a feisty driver. He draws fouls. He's 85% of the free throw line, and he knows how to get the ball into spots for his teammates to score the basketball. But, Jim, the biggest question in this game is, can Ohio defend? That's not their strength. We know that. They got to keep Virginia off the free throw line. They got to limit easy second chance opportunity scoring for guys like Jay Huff. You got to be freaking brave and not be deterred by the 7-footer in the middle as well. You got to go to the rim. You got to play within yourself. This is not a team that you want shooting 33s. You want them attacking. And if they can't hit their shot early, they are an absolute candidate to get blown out. We saw it in the Buffalo game. That was their hiccup in their season. They obviously have figured that out and avenged that. I think that Ohio is going to be able to exploit the big gap in this pack line defense, which is at the 3-point line. Ohio's been first half dominant, Jim. I'm going to hit them first half again. If they can get to 38, they're going into the half with a lead and at least covering the spread.
Do you want plus 3.5 at -110 or plus 4 at -115?
I'll take the plus 4.
Ohio Bobcats first half plus 4 -115. That's available at Bet365. FanDuel has it at -116. So a cent of value there at 365. Max is locked in. Ohio Bobcats first half plus 4 -115.